Greetings, EMDR colleagues and friends. Kambria Evans here, the teaching and learning EMDR consultant. Oh my gosh, what a week. You guys, I took my kids to in-person kindergarten. I cannot believe this actually happened. I cannot believe my kids are out of the house. I didn't know this morning if I was crying because they're growing up and I'm so proud of them and it's a milestone. And also because I just thought to myself, I can go home and sit in a quiet house and stare at the wall. Oh, I know for all the parents out there, this week has been very emotional with schools starting. I know we're all feeling really nervous about a lot of our younger kids not being able to be vaccinated yet. And, it got me thinking at my kinder drop off with the twins this morning. My husband and I took them. We noticed that things are changing. I noticed that my kids need me less, and that my kids are growing. They're growing up. They're going away from me in a lot of ways, as they should. And I think some of the grief I felt this morning was around knowing that that's true and knowing that that's supposed to happen. And it got me thinking a lot about connection and growth, and how in our house we have normalized you're going to outgrow things. You're going to outgrow habits. You're going to outgrow people. You're going to outgrow relationships and groups. You're going to outgrow activities, things that once engaged you. This is just a normal part of life, as it should be, right? It would be weird if I was like keeping my kids home because I didn't want them to grow up or grow away from me. And in them becoming more of who they are, I'm doing my job. And here's what I want to say in today's video. This is exactly the same framework we need to have with our clients, who should not be in therapy with us forever. They should be growing up and growing away from us, right? And this is the same framework I believe we should have with our consultees. So those of us that are CITs or consultants, I want you to normalize a framework of this learner, this client, right, is going to grow up, expand, and grow away from me. Not all the way away from me, right? But our relationship is going to change as they become more of who they are, as they become more of who they are meant to be. And if we can anchor in this place, it gives us some joy. Like, we're doing our job. We're doing our job. And it's painful. I mean, as a parent, it is painful. As a consultant, I feel sad when my consultees, are certified and are launching, and maybe they'll check in with me, but they don't need me in the same way that they used to, right? And all of this is okay, right? I'm here. I'm here for my kids when they need me. I'm here for my consultees. I'm here for my clients. But I want all of us to think about allowing people to grow up and grow away and become more of who they are. And if this can be the one thing that we put all over our branding, all over our marketing, right, which essentially is like, come work with me so that you outgrow me. I think that relationships that we have with our clients, with our consultees, with our kids would be a lot more authentic, a lot more enjoyable, and a lot more just real and valuable, and there'd be more gold, right? And I want to say that, I think a lot of the reasons that people have a hard time allowing themselves to grow up, grow bigger, and grow away from other people is because it feels scary. It feels really scary. And I'm not just talking about kindergarten or like progressing with your EMDR treatment or getting certified. I'm talking about when you're doing well and growing as a professional, right? When you're starting to make more money, when you've reached your practice goals and now you've got to, think, well, now what do I want, right? The scary part, I think, sometimes isn't that we think, oh, I can't do it. It's, if I do this, what might I lose? Right? Am I going to lose a connection with somebody if they get insecure or jealous because I'm different or growing differently or growing bigger than they have grown or want me to grow? Right? Am I going to get shamed because I have a boundary around the way that I want to grow and the direction I want to grow in? And sometimes when we claim our worth as a person, as a professional, as a practice owner, we sometimes can feel like we're making someone else unhappy, and we can feel a disconnect in the relationship. And that can be sad, and that can be a bummer. Because sometimes when we grow up and bigger and away from other people, because they're just in our life for a season of time, sometimes it can feel like a betrayal to that person, right? Whether you're talking about outgrowing your parent or your consultant, or maybe you were in a group of therapists and you've done really well and they haven't, and that's made things weird. It's made the connection strained. I want to let you know that as you grow, right, just like my kids at kindergarten today, as we grow, please make sure that every connection and every relationship you invest in, whether that's with your money or your time, please make sure that person is contracted with you and on the same page about growing in any direction you want to go in. Right? I definitely had the experience before, professionally and personally, where I have grown and people did not like that. It triggered them. They got jealous. They shamed me for it. And I think that's understandable. But had I known that was the contract, I would not have invested in the relationship. So I want you to think about this. If you are someone who loves to grow, not because you're not good enough or something's wrong with you, but just because you're into growing, you're into learning, you're into expanding. If this is your jam, which if you're watching this video, I'm guessing it is, I want you to do your homework up front. As you interview consultants, ask them about this. As you think about what kind of therapist you are with your clients, check yourself about this, okay? Because if you can offer someone the gift of being in relationship with them and helping them grow the way they want to, allowing them to grow even bigger than you or different than you, because you know that is not a reflection of who you are in the world because you're secure. This is gold. This is gold. So I'm putting this out here today. I trust whoever needs to hear this will hear it and take something from it that feels valuable. Again, to all the parents out there this week and next week, as we're sending our kids off unvaccinated into schools, you are in my heart. Oh, it's been a week. And I just, again, want to say I'm so proud of everyone in our community for pushing through and knowing when to stop pushing, knowing when to stop growing and take a beat and take a pause. It's been fun to grow with you. For those of you who have been with me since the beginning, my first YouTube video I recorded on mute over a year and a half ago. And so it's been fun to grow up with all of you and form connections with you where you know that I'm rooting for you and I'm available to pull back the curtain and say, yeah, here's how I do intensives, and here's how I do consultation groups, and here's how I do all these things. Here's how I have a wait list for things. I want you to know that I am trying every day when I show up to work. I am trying so hard as a parent, as a therapist, as a consultant, as a business coach to make sure that whoever is in connection with me gets to grow up and bigger and away, and to go do your own successful, beautiful jam that is your life, that is designed by you, that is designed in terms of evolution by you and supported by me. So in service, I will leave you with that, and I look forward to connecting next time. And in the meantime, please stay healthy and safe. Take care.